3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Three, two, one.
Here we go!
Just kidding. You don't need it twice. Sorry, guys. Left it on loop. What's up? Welcome to the show. We have a loaded show today. We have all kinds of things to go over because there is literally so much popping off in the ecosystem right now. But what I need everybody to do is to go ahead, smash that like. Please share this. We are live on X right now as well. So please go ahead and share that out. I want to go ahead and introduce my guest tonight. I have with me Daniel. You guys all know Daniel. He is the CEO of the XRPL. And then I also have with me Mr. Paranormal, aka Anthony, who is actually I'm on a team with as well. And we're working on a pretty awesome project that we are demoing called Shadow DAOs, and we'll be demoing that this evening as well. So, hey, Anthony, what's up? Go ahead and introduce, share a little bit about yourself. This is the first you've been on with me.
For sure. I appreciate the invite. So yeah, I don't even know where to start off. We met over there in London for the first time whenever you were covering the summit, and I was there representing the XRPL for the hackathon and with my teammate Island Ghost. And yeah, that was the first time. But me and Island Ghost and me just being part of the XRPL goes back to like early 2021, honestly. And that's where we met. We met through the XR Doge, one of the first meme coins back in the day. So it's been quite a journey, honestly.
That was fun. Okay, those were the days that it was fun trading on the DEX, right? Like the XRPL DEX was where it was at. Like back then, I think I was trading on Sologenic. Is that where you were? Which one were you using?
Yeah, Sologenic as well. I think that's what the main platform was. It was the first with the NFTs as well. That's when NFTs were just so hot that anyone could launch a collection and sell out immediately. It was fun.
Yeah. You know what though? I was thinking if these NFT projects were really smart, they're coming together right now. Like, okay, did you see X-Punks is coming together with Fuzzies right now? And we have some other big ones like JC Rivera. He's doing like the Shitty Panther Club. And then I see Park is like the Pixelate Rowboat Club. They're making a comeback. A lot of them OGs are pairing up with the newer big projects. But if they were smart, they would release a limited edition and create a very limited IOU token and let the community trade it on the DEX, trade the spread, do it 3 weeks to a month prior to them launching it, and let the community determine the price. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be fun. I think I think it'd be just honestly, it's exciting times now just because on the stuff that we've been working on too. That also, is going to come into play with communities down the road. So, I'm excited to talk about that later as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's just dive right into it. We have one of the, I don't know what craziest things going on, biggest news in the XRPL world right now in the trenches. And that is the CSC to LHT migration. And that is going on right now. There was a blog put out today, and let me go ahead. I will share my screen because, guys, go ahead. If you have comments, I want you to drop them in the chat. Always feel welcome to put them there. I have Daniel here. He's happy to help answer anything I don't know. He's the Giga Brain of Lucky Hash. So put those there for some reason. Okay, now I'm seeing the comments. Oh, hey, I want to shout everybody in the chat real quick. We have some OGs in the house. I'm excited. We've got Mike. What's up, Mike? Island's here. That is my sister, my bestie. I love that glitch. Chavs, what's up, buddy? Another brilliant builder. I am just surrounded by brilliant devs all day, and I can't tell you how awesome that is. JB Heavy, what's up, my homie? Daniel, he says he is forced to be here.
I'm supposed to be here. I'm here against my will.
He's not really lying. He is forced to be here. But he's being a good sport about it, and I appreciate it. Hey, buddy. What's up, Kelly? I love you, soul sister. That's my homie too. Okay, everybody, we love you. Joseph, thanks for being here. Cool. So let me go ahead, share my screen. We're going to jump right into it. Guys, I took down, heads up, the tool that Daniel built. Not that it wasn't great, Daniel. I know Jack shit all over you and he was being rude about it, but I think you did a great job. But I did take it down temporarily only because I want to make sure everyone knows what they're doing first so people don't get wrecked, because you know, everybody trades differently and you have decisions. And I think that that's important that you know so you can make the right decision for you. So that's the right thing to do. Today, Lucky Hash put out, and I think it was on the CasinoCoin page because they're doing their transition migration, which they've been telling you about since obviously like February-ish, I think. It's been in the process, so you know it's coming. And they're just basically an update here about the new chapter moving forward and basically how Lucky Hash is going to be used in the ecosystem. Daniel, do you want to just summarize LHT utility just real quick so I don't have to read through this whole thing?
Like the blog eloquently says, LHT will power Lucky Hash and the ecosystem surrounding it. It's set to do everything CasinoCoin failed to do. So it's a currency you can pay and play with, and you get paid out in it. There will be rewards, loyalty schemes, a couple of extras around that have been teased, but which we're not pushing out right now because I know people will ask about, yeah, will there be staking? We can't go into the details around that yet because we are figuring away what would be the smartest to do this. So burns, buybacks, staking, all the crypto jargon you usually hear. We're gonna do all of that, the exciting stuff. But one of the most important points is you can play in LHT and feel like a big boy because you're playing big numbers.
Yep. So basically, but you could, I think it's like 1-to-1 though right now with CasinoCoin, right? So you can still feel that way if you play with CasinoCoin.
Yeah, but CasinoCoin is dying. So I know you did a funny tweet earlier today, which you got in trouble for. I thought it's funny, right? So but I'm not mentioning it again. So yeah, but CSC is being phased out. Trading will be stopped on True soonish. That's in conversation right now. We will stop accepting CSC on Lucky Hash. So if your only thing wants to be like trading it on the DEX, you can of course still do, but there will be no support. No one is doing anything. You can't get the socials. All the cool websites and handles are blocked. So
yeah. No, I hear you on that. But if the community, as it says here, listen, guys, I hear what you're saying, Daniel, but when a project walks away from their token, the community has two choices. The community can either A, do the migration and get a 1-to-1 token. There's a higher risk, and let's look at LHT right now that has no liquidity, right? Because the liquidity is not migrating over. That's just going out the window. And I don't think you've provided any. Or they can decide to hold it because right now CSC has liquidity. We'll put up the numbers, has it. So it depends on their risk appetite. So me, for example, and I don't work for LHT token. We've made that very clear. Like for me, for example, I want both. I've migrated some and I have also kept some because I want to be able to still trade on the DEX. Because here's the thing. If you are going to have it on there, there's no rush right now, right? Like there's no timeline to exchange your CSC to LHT, or what's the timeline on that?
As of today, there is no hard cap. It's not like the last time that you have to do it in a certain time frame. It will stay on. However, the community is pushing back against that and wants to set a cap. But we had the experience when we did something similar before, and you will still have people that come in after a year or two and are complaining that they can't do anything. with the last swap from the CSCL to the XRPL, that was a bit different because the blockchain just didn't exist anymore. So there was nothing we could do or verify. It's a bit different on the XRPL because the token still exists. Yes, you're right. There are currently $100,000 in TVL locked in the pools for CSC. The LHT pools are sitting around $10,000 at the moment, but there's constantly liquidity being added. And the more the swap progresses, we expect liquidity providers to move over because you're sitting on a dead horse, which is going to fall over anytime soon. So for traders, it kind of makes sense, right? You can play both markets. That's absolutely correct. But as a holder, I wouldn't bet on CSC.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm not betting on CSC the token. I mean, I'd rather bet on CSC the community also, but I'd also like to hedge my bet with LHT. But let's be honest, like that's just for me, like personally. Anybody can do whatever they wish with their tokens. At the end of the day, it's just important to know that you do have that choice. You don't have to FOMO right now because I've gotten people like, oh, there's no liquidity with this, and that. And that's why we're going to do the education of like, hey, it's only on the DEX right now. We're going to teach you how to trade that. There is an AMM here, and we're going to show you how to use it if you choose to use it, but we want you to be aware of the risks involved. We just want to educate you just so you know, because I feel like that is our duty, that's our due diligence, and we want our community to be safe. But for right now, like where we play poker and things like that, it hasn't, I don't know if we can play with LHT yet, but I would rather play with CSD that I know I can go easily cash out when I take everybody's money, stuff like that. And then whenever it comes time, if it's dead, nobody takes it over and does anything, then cool. If I want to change the rest, I will, but I don't have to today. Like, I don't have to. So, and actually, let's go ahead and pull up. Anthony, can you go ahead and spin up? I want to do a demo real quick.
For sure. Where'd you want me to demo?
Yeah, go ahead and pull up Shadow Labs for me.
For sure. Got you.
I want to spin up a DAO on demand.
On demand bet. Okay.
All right, cool. I just want to try something. All right, so I'm going to go over here. We're going to go look at the DEX. Super important. And this is why I was saying, like, I think that these NFT projects and stuff would be so cool if they brought it back, because back in the day when Anthony was talking about, like, in 2021, we used to have a lot of fun trading the spreads. That was pretty cool. Okay, cool. Here we are. All right, Anthony. So for example, let's just say there's a couple other people in the CSC community that still feel like me. They might want to hold on to it for a while, see what happens, or we're just going to play poker together. And I want to start a poker club. So Anthony, can you go ahead and spin me up a token-gated CSC poker club, completely anonymous? Call it CSC Poker Players Anon. Make it a token-gated, private, invite-only club. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am. Working on it right now.
Cool. All right, done.
Steph says it's blurry for her. I mean, maybe she doesn't have her glasses on.
Your computer. Everything's blurry for you and your computer stuff.
She might just be losing her vision.
Yeah, we love you, girl, but you may want to get that checked.
So as you can see, all I did was just click launch a DAO. I'm already signed into my XRP wallet, which uses Xammon. So I'm just filling out some basic information,
Cool.
and we're going to lock it up with a token. So we're going to go ahead and create a DAO. Oh, the avatar is too long, so I'm probably going to have to skip the image for now. Okay, so there, we already just launched our DAO.
Perfect.
Now we're just going to go ahead and set up the token gate. So I already have the CasinoCoin information pulled up right here. So token.
Damn, that was quick.
Yeah, it's been luckily I tested it out before everything, before we started here.
We've been testing a lot, lots of testing.
We have.
We gotta get ready for our demo tomorrow, guys. I gotta brag for a second. We are pitching tomorrow in front of Charles Hoskinson. This is our build for Build Club. I can't say ours. I came in on it later, but you know what? I'm so obsessed with this, what you built, because think about how many times this could come in handy. Like, I just want this right now to see, because who's going to tell me I can't? right?
For sure, dude. And it's gonna be. I think there's a lot of use cases for it, and it's just something I personally built because I was inspired because I'm creating a game, and part of the game was having different factions from different chains competing for a treasury. So that's kind of what drew this inspiration. And I was like, there's nothing like this really that exists to help me, achieve that goal. So that's where the inception for Shadow Labs came from, or Shadow DAOs. So it's great, It's been a fun journey. So
I
I'm
love that.
creating a proposal right now.
Oh, sweet. Go
So
for
we
it. What's
could
the first one?
just. Did you want me to share it and show the Discord bot as well?
Yeah, share it. Put it in. I'd like to even go ahead and make it like a channel in the Island Ghost Discord, just so we have it there for a place for, or you show the commands. Yeah, in the Discord, you do the demo.
Okay.
So anybody can do this from their Discord.
Yes, ma'am. They'll be able to invite their Discord bot along with into their Discord bot into their DAO. Getting tongue up. Get their DAO Discord bot into their Discord, and pretty much get votes from your community. So you could start. You could pretty much CTO any project and start. Taking over for some of these dead meme coins out there.
Sweet. That's
So,
really perfect. Tons of
okay,
use cases for that.
so I see someone just joined. I think. Yep. So Island, I see her as well. And again,
so we just
go on.
logged right in with the XRPL wallet.
Yeah, and we just created our first proposal. Let me swap over to the Discord. And
You know what would be fun with this poker club? Because like me and my homies that do it, if I'm in there, I don't know, it's all private. Nobody needs to know who you are, and that's the beauty with ZKPs. But like we could make like 25% of whatever go towards, like, let's say we want to go somewhere, have a private penthouse, whatever. We could do it. We could do whatever.
oh, for sure, dude. And that's the beauty of this project is, with traditional DAOs, everyone gets, your votes exposed, and no one really wants that, to be honest.
Mhm.
So let me disconnect my bot real quick because we've been doing so much testing. I think this server gets connected to various uh, random bots a day, but I don't know if you saw it on the last screen, but it gives you a command to copy. So all I'm doing right now is just pasting the setup command. So once you get invited to your server, all you gotta do is just copy that command, paste it, and it's set up. And once that's set up, we could go ahead and do a proposals public, and you'll be listing all the proposals. And there's the poker tournament one that we just created as well.
Sweet.
Yeah, for sure. We could take it a step further and vote on it as well. There's a copy right here, so proposal ID for that, so you can post that in there. And I say we should vote. We should have a poker night.
Right. Let's do it. We're actually having one this Sunday, and we're playing with CSC.
Yeah. So now, okay,
yeah.
For those people who are concerned, no one else can see these commands other than the proposals public. Most of those commands are hidden, so no one will see. But that's pretty much the general gist of it.
Cool. Perfect. So the cool thing is, though, like, let's just say, and I know, like, with Lucky Hash, with this being a brand new migration and with the like lack of liquidity that's there, I get the reason doing it, and I believe in it, and I believe in your team. I know you have. I know Lucky Hash team is fucking amazing, and I know they're brilliant, and I know how hard they push workout. So I think it'd be cool because if they're gonna put in for liquidity in an AMM, that they have a seat at the table, they've given up their CSC. I think it'd be cool if you threw an LHT DAO right in your Discord, Daniel, for like your community. It's token gated, it could be private, but it could anonymously, if you had a question like, hey guys, do you think this is a good idea? Because think of how many times we've wondered, will this work? Do you think the community wants this? The community wants that? Well, let's just ask them, and let's ask them anonymously and just actually get their opinion, because I think that when people can vote anonymously, they're more likely to be honest with you and give authentic feedback. And I think when people start becoming more authentic and comfortable with that, that's how we all grow. So I think it's just a good option. But if you're interested, we could definitely launch one for you. Do you feel like that's something the community might like?
I'm trying to establish an XRPL dictatorship. So it's not like really that we're going with like the democratic options here. But yeah, I think there are a couple of stuff like I could see this happening for like VIP players and shit, so they can
Yeah.
pitch their stuff. Yeah, I
think
see certain use
VIP.
cases for that.
Yeah, I think honestly, that's what it should be, like the OGs, the early ones who decided that they wanted to migrate to LHT, that they're like, hey, we're here, we're riding with you, or like the big spenders, like the Whales VIP Club, 100%. That would be so perfect. That's a great feature for them. I think they'd love it. Cool. Okay, so let's pop off and go check out the decks real quick because I promised to show people how to trade on it. We're going to kind of look at the LHT to CSC. And as far as I know, they're pretty much about the same price, right, Daniel? Because of how you've set it up. And I don't know exactly the back end of what you built, but I know you built something that basically nobody else provided. It wasn't available. Can you kind of just explain what that was, what you did, and the mechanics of it?
Yeah, so we have a very simple migration tool. So how the migration works is there is a order on the DEX on the CLOB, which is like we take one CSC in, we're going to give you one LHT in return. This is kind of technically possible with other UIs, but the information hasn't been propagated on across all the aggregators, and the only site you could really do this was Unhosted Exchange, which is charging a fee on top. So if you would migrate a larger sum of tokens, then it wouldn't be really a one-to-one exchange rate anymore. So what we did is we built a simple front end where you connect your Joey or your Saman, you type in, you're getting checked if you have a trust line or not. If you don't have a trust line, we're going to set the trust line. And then we're checking your balance, and then you can type in like, let's do 1,000 CSC to test, or you can just one-shot your entire balance. You sign an order, and then you are just executing an order on the CLOB for your CSC against the LHT, and then job done.
Okay, and I actually, I will pull up and do, guys, I did make a tutorial on this, and like I said, I just want to explain how it went, and I'm going to put it back up, but I'm also going to do a live one here just because I want to show you exactly what it is. But just remember, this is not a swap, okay? This is an exchange. So don't try, once your CSC is gone, you are not getting it back from here. It's gone, okay? So like, bye. Just know that. Okay, cool. With now that you know that,
because we're taking
we're
taking all the coins in, and once a day we're going to send them back to the issuer, so they are on the black hole account, so there's no way of getting them back.
Perfect. I love that. That's super safe. Let me pull it up here. CSC .lht token. It's crazy how smooth this is to use. Super user friendly. Trying to pair. If you decide to do it, I would recommend doing it with like a small amount, just to test it out and everything. So you're gonna. I use the Zombie wallet, but guys,
you want to start. You want to start while being disconnected, or you want to just go because you're connected?
Oh yeah, let me disconnect. Yeah. That works. So you can use Joey or Zaman. Those are the two, right? Main two right now. Yeah. Okay,
yes.
Cool. All right, let me pull it up real quick because I'm gonna do it live here just to show you the easiest. Now the cool thing about this is, and I didn't know this, I thought you'd have to go manually set up your trust line. You don't have to. Daniel's already got in there, so like if you don't have to go looking for anything, it's just gonna pop right up in your wallet. That does make life easy. So
yeah, so if you sign in now, the app checks if there's a trust line, if there's no trust line, which you can see checking for trust line. If there would be no trust line, you would get a warning, and we're pushing a transaction you have to sign for the addition, and then if that's successfully, you end up here.
Yep. And so all I do is click, hey, I'm going to go ahead. I'm ready to make this migration. Maybe I want to put in AMM. Maybe I want to trade it. Maybe I just want to hodl it. Whatever. It's yours to do with what you want. But as of right now, no rush. And you know what? Daniel could even ask that as a question in his Discord for like the VIPs and stuff like that. If the exchange has been up there for how many years? Is it finally time to remove this? We could ask both communities. We could see what's going on. But the fact is, community actually has a voice, has say, it's all anon. So I think that'd be super helpful. It would be a better way to navigate that whole thing. For some reason, it is not, it's swapped in my wallet, but it's not updating here.
It takes like, once you signed it, it takes like
Okay,
up to
there
a
we go.
minute. Because I had to add a little bit of security buffer, so it's like it's pausing and it's waiting to make sure everything is fine, and then it just waits till it can confirm on the chain that it's actually happening. So your wallet is probably faster than
So,
the site.
oh, so like the fingerprinting. So like, for example, so people
Yeah.
don't take advantage of multiple, opening multiple wallets and be able to claim
No,
cards.
it's just
Like, no.
what usually happens is people are impatient, right? And if I jump on the site straight away, you have people that look at their phone, they're doing the signing, they're looking at their phone, and if I would close the dialogue the same second we know that you signed, you would still see, you wouldn't be clear, it wouldn't be visibly clear, oh, am I done or not? So the site is a little bit slower. So you sit there and you wait, pretty excited that you finally migrated while your wallet already has the balance. The site is just waiting to make sure, okay, everything is fine, and it double checks if the transaction is through.
Oh, I thought it was like, so a bunch of people didn't keep claiming free scratchers at the end when it says claim a free scratcher, and then try to like move a couple LHT to another wallet to like claim more scratchers and keep on doing that, so on and so forth.
There are a couple of checks.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead, use that one, guys. Bottom line, do not try to swap right now in your Zaman wallet because of the liquidity and everything. It's not where it needs to be. So that's why you're just migrating here. And if you need to trade, the DEX is the best place. Is that correct, Daniel, to say it like that?
So there are two distinctions to this. If you are looking to fully migrate your CSC to LHT, the tool is the best option because you're getting a 1-to-1 guaranteed ratio. You can use other sites, but the ratio can be different, and we don't give you support on any other site. So if you use this, if you want to do this on First Ledger, you are on your own. If you want to use this on XP Market or Magnetic, or you want to go to unhosted, or you want to do this anywhere else, then you are fully on your own. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't do that. If you just migrate, use the tool. The tool has one job and one job only. Take your CSC, fill it against the order, and give you the LHT. That's the safest option if you have no idea what's going on. And
Thank
then
you.
afterwards, you can do whatever.
Okay. Have a question from audience JB Heavy. We have to assume Lucky Hash will actually burn it. That's the complete opposite of decentralization. Not burn it, but black hole it. And yes, so you're asking for receipt.
Yeah. So if you just go to BitHump or any explorer and you go to RLHT DEX, if you just type that in the search bar, you're coming to the DEX wallet. You can see the current balance on the wallet. You see there are currently 2.8 billion coins, and the last burn transaction by us moving it back to the issuer is also visible and has been tweeted out. And in that case, yeah, you have to trust us. So we thought about automating this, but this robs the opportunity from us to tweet one time a day, hey, we just did the burn, or we just moved it out to the issuer. So you can verify the balance on our CSC man, which is the issuer of CasinoCoin, and you can check the balance and the transactions on here.
Did you guys already do the first one?
Yeah, happened this morning.
Can you screen share so we know exactly where to go for like people like me who don't understand?
I'm gonna send you a link on Twitter because I have so much shit open I can't screen share.
Okay. Let me, just so people know where to go and verify if they want to, because yeah, well, that's why you can, you're always welcome to our CSD Poker Club. And I think that,
I sent you the tweet on Telegram and the transaction is on there.
Okay, let's see. Let me pull it up here. On X. I don't see it. You saw on X or Telegram? I don't see it. Where'd you send it at?
On your Telegram.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Share this instead. Okay, perfect. So this way you can check it out. First 10 billion CSC has been converted to LHT and subsequently sent to the issuer and burned. So 10% of the CSC supply has already been demolished.
Yeah. I saw a follow-up comment about this. Oh, this is a red flag. That's not the point. Decentralization is not reliant upon a third party. So what you have to learn in this scenario, we are the third party. We are the issuer. And if you want to participate in this, then you have to trust us and you have to do this. If you don't want to do this, you're simply welcome not to do it.
And then you can come to the CTO of CasinoCoin where we are decentralized. So that's your other option.
I mean, yeah, exactly. You could, I mean, you're not forced, we're not forcing you to do this. This is an offer. And if you want to take up the offer and in order to manage this in a certain way, and for legal reasons, that's the way we're doing it. And we need control during the process. And that's why it's done that way. I know some people won't like that, but that's like then bad luck. I mean, no offense. I fully understand what you're saying, but you could also then be like, well, I don't want to do this. I don't want to use the tool because I don't want to get to the tokens. Then you can simply keep them, or you can trade them anywhere else and then be like, well, at least the guys didn't get tokens.
Yeah, no, and you guys are actually doing it. And I do appreciate before you launched the token, did all of these things. The reason it took so long, guys, for anybody who doesn't know this, they did do all of the legal work to make sure that they are good to go and they're not going to have issues when they launch it. So it took a long time, like with all of the different places, countries you had to deal with to get some kind of a resolution there. Correct, Daniel? I know that's been a huge headache, but you guys worked hard for that.
Sorry, say it again. I'm just reading the chat.
That you worked hard to make sure that you had everything in place on the regulatory side before you launched the token, that you had everything clear. Yeah.
This has been double and triple checked. This is the best option. This is the safest option for us. I know there are other ways to do this. Then there would be more decentralized and elegant ways. And everyone who wants to do something similar like this is of course welcome to do it this way. But in this scenario, us facilitating this is exactly how it's handled. And like it was said, you can just simply watch the wallets. If you think this is some shady operations, blah, 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 then just the other option is just sit it out. You can sit it out. You can wait. You can watch if this is exactly being done the way we're saying it's being done. You can just monitor it. So if you really care about all the things you brought up, you're welcome to monitor and verify.
Yeah,
it's like this is the way it's done. I mean, it's too late to argue about this anyways. This is exactly how it's done because that's the way we propose.
Right. And I'm not arguing that. I'm just getting it out there so there's no questions. And that is what this is for everybody. So that way, when you go migrate it, you cannot cry after this that you didn't know because we've told you everything. Now you know. So there's like full transparency and that's what it's about. So let me go ahead and pull up. I just want to show you guys. So I've been on XRPL too, and I'll be honest, this is the first time that I've actually really traded on this DEX because it was the only one that I could find that had the that I was able to add in the issuer, put in LHT right away. Okay, so this is when Daniel started fudding CSC. Just kidding, not really. So yeah, right now. These are the sell orders, all this good stuff right up here in the red, down here in the green. And I know that this is tiny. These are all your buy orders. Now, sometimes there's what's called a spread. Sometimes there's a decent one. And sometimes, it's really, really tight. So right now it's 0.4 zeros with a 6.6. And right up here, it's 4 zeros with a 7.0. So that's an opportunity to stagger orders right in here. You could put a buy right here at 0.66008 and you could sell right here 0.0069 right below this. And chances are this is going to get filled as soon as somebody uses a swap or market buys on the DEX because it's taking all of these and cleaning them out. The only way that it takes a while is if people are actually in there placing limit orders too. But on the DEX, there's not a ton of traders. So if you're patient, you can swing trade here. So these are more for like your scalp trades if you want to do the spread. They're faster, but it's going to pay you a lot less. Now, if you decide, hey, I think that somebody might try to FUD this, or hey, I think that we have a chance here and people are going to see the opportunity in a CTO and they might start buying it up here and see value. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to put buy right here, and I'll just do an example. Let me see if my wallet is connected. All right. Let me go ahead, and I am not doing any of that shit right now. I don't know why that one's not working. Give me one sec. I thought I was already connected, guys. My bad. You're really going to make me have a hard time. I'm going to have to find another place to trade. All right. Let me go somewhere else to go trade this. What's another one we like, guys? Should I do X magnetic? Is it working today? That one's kind of glitchy sometimes. Not my favorite.
It was working earlier,
All
but
right,
Steph had some issues.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Well, I'm not gonna do the AMM on that. I don't know if it's even on there, but I will go ahead and trade on that. Okay, cool. Let me go ahead and pull this back up. Share. Okay, cool beans. Let's go find our proper trading pair. Trade. Yeah, I want to find CSC, please. Thank you. All right, so down 30% today. I'm going to hit the trade button. It's going to bring me over here. Market is just going to put me at whatever the price is right now, guys. And I am on X magnetic doing this. So that's going to buy up any of those little orders. They're all in between. It doesn't mean I'm going to get everything at the 0467. It depends on how many I'm buying and how many, are being sold right in there. And really, the books are pretty thin. There's not, oh my God, there are not big orders here, and it's not going to take a lot to move this. Okay, so I'm bullish. So I'm going to buy here. I think that 4066 is a great price. I'm actually going to be a little, I don't know. I'm not really a patient person, to be honest with you. So I don't think that I'm going to do that. I have already, I only have 6 XRP in this wallet. I think I need to switch wallets. Hang on, let me disconnect. Let me do a different wallet. I don't give a fuck if you guys see what these are, because they're marketing wallets and there's nothing too exciting in here. All right. Let's do this one. So if you want to add another wallet, if you're like me and you have them all over the place, just go ahead on there, add another one. Okay, cool. Now go ahead and limit buy. I actually have a bunch of other buy orders in here right now. So I'm going to have to clear a couple of these out to be able to demo and just show you. So I'm just going to hit an X on some of these. And that's as simple as it is. That's the beauty of self-custody. Let's say I have way too many of these things open. I can't demo something. So we're going to take a few of them out. And that way I can free up some XRP and all those good things. All right, let's do this. Take all these. And all right, good enough. All right, I want to go over here and let's say I want to buy, there's 6 XRP in this. I know we're balling right now, guys. But I'm going to put in, let's say 40,000 XRP at a limit price of 40666. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place the order. It's going to come up in your Zaman wallet. You're going to scan it. Go ahead, shift, slide to accept. It'll do your thing. You guys have all done a transaction before, so it's going to be the same thing. Give it a second. Okay. Boom. It is here. So you're going to go find this, and we're going to go be able to see that my little baby buy order went through right here in our trade history. Okay, cool. Test. Boom. It's there. Little babies. Where is it actually? It's still open. 264. Okay, that one's still open. So I'm gonna have to wait a minute and let that fill. Sometimes it's instant, sometimes it's not. So when that comes back, okay, here it is. It's right here. My buy order. See that little blue dot? That's where I am. That's me, the little shrimpy right there. And I'm gonna wait until that gets filled. And then maybe I want to stagger a sell order up here. Maybe I just want to hold it. Doesn't matter. But the cool part is if you don't have much XRP and you want to learn to stack your XRP, you can do it little by little. And even just trading this spread, especially if you're one of those people that, hey, you're an XRP maxi or you believe XRP is going to be $100, $1,000, whatever, and it's valuable to you, you can stack it. You can trade it for XRP or you can keep stacking CSC. It's your choice. So I love that. Definitely play with it. Play with it in small amounts to make sure that you know what you're doing. But this is, to me, a very, very safe way to trade versus like, let's say, futures and all those other things that are pretty risky. And it's actually all the crypto stays in your own wallet. It's decentralized. It's in your own self-custody. So you didn't have to leave it on an exchange. I think there's a time and place for both of them. So I think it's great. All right, Anthony, I'm going to have you, or Daniel, if you can bring up the AMM pool and show us where the liquidity is for LHT that we can get involved in, or if there's something that's not working, show us so we may avoid it, or what we can do with the AMMs. I'm a beginner for AMMs.
Yes. Yeah.
So any input would be super great for myself and my audience of beginners.
I'm gonna send you the link because I'm sorry, I'm just watching all the other stuff that's going on, so I don't want to share my screen because I have to close everything down to not spoil the secret stuff. I'm gonna send you the link and then I'm just gonna do some general comments on that. So can you pull this one up, please?
Okay. I don't see it yet. Oh, did you send it to me in Telegram again?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, it's here now and in Telegram.
I see firstledger.net token v3 that's a wallet. Yeah. Am I clicking on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Give me a second and share this. Share. And Anthony, if you have anything to add in here on the AMMs or of anything you know about, I do want to warn people against impermanent loss. If any of you guys can touch on that. And
I think my questions are what's the total token amount? I'm trying to look up more about LHT because this is my first time really hearing of it. I know they were talking about it. So what, can you give me some of the basics, Daniel?
Yeah, so the total supply of LHT is 100 billion. 65 billion of that are reserved for the migration, which are sitting in a separate wallet, which is starting with our LHT DEX. So you can look that up on GitHub. That allows every single CSC that's still in circulation to be migrated over. And as we said earlier, this is either once or multiple times a day moved back into the issuer, so you can check the transaction in the wallet flow. The remaining 35 billion are sitting with the entity. There is a allocation on the website. The allocation has partially started. So Lucky Hash itself got its bankroll it has to use, and the rest of the tokens will be sent out tomorrow, which is today, for stuff like strategic reserve, affiliate marketing, promotions, legal team, all that stuff, all on the site, lhtoken.io. Once that is done, all the accounts are going to be rekeyed, master keys are being disabled, signer lists will be applied. So when the order will be signer lists being applied, multi-sig is being enabled, and then master key disabled and rekeyed, aka not black hole. I was like wrong on the issuer. So master key disabled rekeyed, and then the signer list applied, and then there will be a 2 out of 3 wait. So 3 or 4 people will be the ones who are allowed to sign, and we need 2 signatures in order to move coins out. This can all be verified, and because we have problems with that in the past, we welcome everyone to make sure and check that the lists are there and that the master key was disabled. The LHT pool currently only has around $10,000 in liquidity. This went up from last night, where the liquidity on the AMM pool was 0, because we wanted to discourage trading on the AMM pools. I wouldn't show any. I don't want to show this right now or tell people, because people will go out and trade on the AMM pool.
Okay.
Our
Perfect.
public statement is, do not use the AMM right now unless you know what you're doing. If you want if you really can't wait, you can always buy CSC and then migrate into LHT. And
Yeah, but where's
lot
the
of
liquidity
times,
there though? You just have to sit and wait for other people to buy the LHT, so it could be a long time before there's liquidity.
No, that's not how it works. So there are
Explain.
$10,000 of liquidity in that pool,
That's it.
and that's a LHT/XRP pool. So that's not a CSC pool.
Yeah, I know.
If you want to use,
It's not much.
if you want to use the AMM right now, you simply have to wait, because the liquidity provision hasn't started, and we want the old liquidity providers from the CSC XRP pool to move over. So we're not forcing that, and we want the market to build up by itself.
Yeah, I get it. I just think that could take a while. I just don't. I think it's for me, like, I mean, I did both, obviously, you know, because I want to support, but I believe in both. But you're basically burning something that has value that I could go cash out today for XRP, or, you know, I could go cash it out for something that you can't, that has like no liquidity, and then you have to go spend more money to buy it. Like, that's, to me, like, I don't know, right now it just doesn't make sense. But I don't know. I'm in both, but I think until you guys figure out ways to add more liquidity, and
I mean,
something about
that's
that.
not entirely correct, because except the CSC value, at least on the DEX right now, if my sites haven't been refreshed incorrect, the value for XRP is higher. The value for CSC in XRP is currently higher than the one for LHT. So you could sell the CSC for XRP and then try to buy it on the DEX or via the pool, if you know what you're doing. So the question is, if you want to trade, then yes, that's probably not a good idea. But, like, again, we don't want you to trade, at least not as of today, because this is the second day. If you are, the focus for us now is on the holders. We want them to migrate. They need enough time. And we added like around $5,000 liquidity today. We're going to ramp this up over the next few days. So we're going to end up with, like, I hope, a baseline of around $25,000 liquidity. And then we're going to let the market take over. I know other projects are handling this different, and they're doing active liquidity management on the markets. That's not our target at the moment, because we have the migration to do. And if we're juggling too many balls at once, this is just going to not end well. So if you want to trade, if you are an experienced trader and you know what you're doing, there is an opportunity for you right now. If you are a liquidity provider and you know what you do, there's an opportunity for you right now. If you just someone that wants to do something and you don't fully understand that, this is risky business. And I cannot sit here and be like, oh yeah, just go do this, trade it this way, trade it that way, because we know that people won't stick to clear instructions and go off the road and do stuff and then complain because they lost funds in the process. So yeah, trading a little bit on the DEX is probably safer. For the AMM, you need to at least understand the basics, and we don't encourage that at the moment.
Fair. You guys were warned. I mean, I see so many people getting wrecked left and right. No crying in the casino. We've warned you. There you go. You've had it. Honestly, we went through a lot, and I really appreciate that. I do have one announcement, if you guys don't mind, from DAO. Fabio actually did send me something and put out. Just know they're still there. They're still alive. They're still cooking. You know, and I will always support them and support the holders, but just know any thing that I do as one of my DAOs personally, I'm always going to look out for DAO holders and members and everything, whether it be community events and all the things. Like, my commitment is to these members that we've built. But Fabio's given us a little update. And I say that to say this. I really think that, Zao DAO got really as far as it could go at the moment. And one of the biggest issues that I see with a decentralized DAO is that they were funded by a centralized company who is not allowing the community to have a voice until they say they can have a voice. That's not how it works. And I think that that's why a lot of DAOs fail. And I'm wondering what it would be like to be able to try it out now that we have the ability, we have the tech to be able to pull our phone out of our pocket, spin up a DAO immediately, give the community a voice on demand. Because I think the problem was they didn't have a voice or didn't feel like they could, or they couldn't speak freely because everything on the XRPL is open. It's public. There wasn't a spot to meet. There wasn't a spot to talk about it like now we have with the Discord bot and everything. So I'm hoping that we can find a way to integrate that and actually give in the Shadow DAO a way for the XRP community and these DAO holders a space to come in, or maybe they can even utilize this because I just think it's something that they need, could really, really help them out. Let me pull it up here. But it's just important your community has a voice from the beginning. You have to feel like you're part of it and you actually own it and have a say for real. Not I am only given what the XRP Ledger Foundation is going to give me, no offense to them, or Ripple or whatever. It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. Okay. So let me scroll up here. Okay, here we go. There is a press release. It is on Prime XBT. And I can actually just share this right to my Mac screen here. Share this tab. Okay, cool. XRP Ledger's DAO plans wallet delegation, quorum changes, and mini grants. I am excited for this whole quorum change because that was a huge issue, a huge setback. So I love that they're finally doing something about that now. I'm really looking forward to that. Do I love the idea of delegation? I don't know, but hey, whatever works and floats the boat. At least this is progress. So I'm really excited to see that. So Zao DAO plans to roll out governance changes on the XRP ledger over the next 2 to 3 months, including wallet delegation, revised quorum rules, and community mini grants. Co-founder Fabio Marzella says the goal is to make participation easier and more representative at a time when several XRPL projects have scaled back or shut down. Zao DAO is preparing a series of governance changes for the XRP ledger over the next 2 to 3 months. According to Fabio, the organization's co-founder, he says the planned changes would let members delegate voting power, adjust quorum rules, and access community mini grants. He said the first change would introduce the wallet delegation, letting members hand their voting power over to others when they lack the time or expertise to vote on individual proposals. The DAO is aiming to make participation easier, more representative, and at a moment when several XRPL projects have already scaled shut down, he's reviewing the quorum requirements. They said this is to prevent inactive participation. I'm really hoping that does solve the problem. And community mini grants are another planned addition, letting members submit smaller initiatives and seek funding. I'm personally not a fan of mini grants. I think they're bullshit. I think that it's a once and done, they're on their way. I think it's sweet. I think cool, but unless there's like a club or a follow-up or something to it, I'm not sure how much you're going to get out of it. But if that's what the XRP Ledger Foundation or Ripple told you that's all you're getting, I guess that's all you're getting. All right, that was the announcement. Cool, that's all I got for today. I'm going to pass it around. Anthony, do you have anything?
No, I just think that's quite interesting now that they're bringing in the delegation as well as the quorum. I know we've discussed things backdoors, and that's something that I'm working on as well. So I need to go test it out and see how that works. I'm also interested in how they solve the issue, because if, say, you have a bunch of people are inactive and it lowers the quorum, but then everyone decides to come in and vote, is that going to create an imbalance? I wonder if those are something that they considered.
I don't know. I'm really interested to see how that works. Like, I was kind of thinking with inactive voters, you know, will they just become, after so many times of not voting, inactive and not counting against it? I do believe it's still the weighted 1 XRP, 1 vote. But yeah, I'm definitely interested to see. But the cool thing about this is if it doesn't fucking work, someone can write a proposal and you could try something else. Like, you don't have to get things right the first time. And that's the biggest problem. Everybody's so fucking scared of failing, right? But if you just try, cool, big deal. It's wrong, it didn't work. Okay, we'll fix it. But if you fail as a community, you fail together. But if you win as a community, you win together. Like, I love it. But it's just putting your heads together and figuring it out. I really hope that works out. Definitely excited to see as well. How does the voting work is it just a 1 vote for everybody with the shadow DAOs?
With Shadow DAOs, we're still experimenting with the way of voting, and as well as setting the quorum based off active and inactive members. So I'm still with that. We're also adding weighted voting to T-Night or to Night token and as XRP token as well, based off just feedback from people as well. So people are wanting weighted voting, not only just from, you know, meme tokens, but also like native assets as well. So that's an interesting thing to see.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely excited. All right. And Daniel, I am going to throw it back to you. First of all, thanks for coming on. Thanks for putting up with me, answering all my questions. I appreciate you being fully transparent with everything and not murdering me. You're the best.
Are you gonna get murdered later?
I fucking know. I fucking know. I know. But anything else that you wanted to add that we didn't cover?
I think, yeah, I mean, I was just reading the chat again. Everyone who's uncomfortable should just wait. Everyone who's following what we have done for the past 8 months, I think that speaks for itself. You're not forced to migrate. You can stay on the CSC side. You can try to trade or do whatever. Well, we're open to that. It's an open ledger. You can do whatever you want. However, if you want to be part of the progress and maybe do a little bit more than just trade a little bit around, then you should migrate. Support will be ceased for everything that's related to CasinoCoin. Lucky Hash will stop accepting the token. R&R Poker will be merged as well, so CSC will stop there as well. The B-True listing will happen for sure, so there is pretty much nothing left other than the DEX. But again, open to everyone. I wouldn't advise for that, but it's up to the people to do this if they want. Other than that, give Lucky Hash.win a try. Join the Discord. I think I nuked someone with a legit question for Discord because he was piggybacked by one of the support scammers. So I hope that person comes back, assuming the question was legit. Other than that, feel free to check all the wallets, check out what we do, join the Discord, have fun.
Love it. Yeah, guys, none of us are ever going to DM you for support. Watch out for those scams. They're always coming up with something new, and you want to protect yourself and your assets. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I hope that was informative. Thanks for joining along in the chat, everybody that's here, and have an amazing night. Peace out, guys.